Eventually, when I got to college, I started to have some breaks, like meeting Lauryn Hill. I met my roommate, who eventually introduced me to his cousin, who was Kanye West. And in this era of social media, we enjoy interacting with our audience. We enjoy hearing from them most of the time, and pour my heart into this music. And it really reflects who I am, all my influences, all my inspirations.
I don't think you need any introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're here with John Legend today. Thank you so much for joining us at the Quint. I'm going
Thank
to
you for having me.
Thank you. I'm going to start off with your latest album, Legend, is coming out. And I want to know, how much of John Legend do we see in this album? Like, have you borrowed from your own experiences in life for the music that you have created this time?
Absolutely. There's so much of my life in this album, so much work, so much love, so much creativity, also plenty of collaboration as well. But yeah, I pour my heart into this music, and it really reflects who I am, all my influences, all my inspirations, all the loves in my life. And I think that's why I wanted to self-title the album.
So, talking about the collaborations, you have some great artists collaborating on this album with you. So,
Yeah.
when you do create music, how do you decide like which artists you're going to share it with?
I really think about the songs themselves, the feeling of the songs, and who I think would complement that feel, who I think would make the songs better, make the record better, who would add value to the song in their own way. When I wrote Love with Pink Sweats, I thought about Jasmine Sullivan as the duet partner. She was my first choice. And I just knew how soulful and what a great singer she is. And I knew that she would make the song that much better. You know, each song, some of them I didn't think would be made better by having a guest. And so I didn't reach out to anyone. And then the ones that I did, I thought about who would be the best compliment for me and the best compliment for the song.
Can you take us through your musical journey from John Stevens to John Legend, from your religious upbringing to studying at Penn and the person that we see today?
Yes, I grew up in the Pentecostal church. It's a very charismatic denomination of Protestantism in America. Music is very important in the church. And my grandmother was our church organist, and my mother was our choir director. My grandfather was our pastor, and my dad also sang and played the drums in the church. And so I just grew up surrounded by a family who loved music, and gospel music was the core of that experience. I also started taking classical piano lessons when I was young. Growing up with a piano, growing up going to choir rehearsal, I was just surrounded by music, and I wanted to be on stage as much as possible, whether it was at church or in school or at local talent shows or whatever it was. I wanted to be on stage, and I had a dream of really being where I am right now. Eventually, when I got to college, I started to have some breaks, like meeting Lauryn Hill, meeting other producers that would help me along the way. I met my roommate, who eventually introduced me to his cousin, who was Kanye West. So along the way, I just started meeting different people who would help me in my journey. And I kept writing, kept producing, kept making music. And eventually I got signed in 2004 to Columbia Records and put out my debut album, Get Lifted.
That's wonderful. That's such a great journey to have. Talking about, say, you and Chrissy both lead very public lives. So you share
Mhm.
everything with your fans, be it success or grief, everything's online. I'm sure that's a choice that you have made, but does that ever get exhausting?
I think we share what we want to share, and I think it's more liberating to be honest about things. We're not trying to hide a lot. We're not trying to put you know we're not trying to create some persona that's not real. We're just being ourselves. And in this era of social media, we enjoy interacting with our audience. We enjoy hearing from them most of the time. And, and we enjoy sharing the aspects of our life that we share.
So to wrap this up, I'm just gonna like play a small segment with you called "Who in Hollywood is most likely to drop an album when nobody expects it?"
Well, of course, Beyonce, she's the queen of that.
She's done it before.
Yes.
Second would be the life of the party.
The life of the party, Diddy, also known as Brother Love.
Show up late to their own shoot.
Show up late to their own shoot. Oh, there's probably plenty of people like that. I don't know. Rihanna.
Okay. To maybe win the award that you've won before, the sexiest person alive.
You know, when I got it, a lot of my negative feedback was that Jason Momoa should have gotten it. And so I feel like he's due.
Fair enough, fair enough. And the last would be give up their career to go live in a farm somewhere.
A farm? Oh, I know my friend Kelly Clarkson would do that in a second.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, John, for this was an amazing interview. I'm very excited for your album. And thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi there. Did you know that as a Q Insider, you can have early access to all our exclusive interviews and also get a sneak peek into the people that we're interviewing next? And you also get a chance to ask your questions to your favorite celebrities. All you need to do to join this fabulous community of members is to click the link in the description.